morning. Today is October 10th, 2024. And yesterday we broke above the range. You can see that we had a spike. And then we spent the rest of the session rotational at the top of the spike. Then we had FOMC, which didn't do much. And made new highs and accepted prices at above all-time highs, above the previous week's high, above September high for the rest of the session. Now we had CPI, and CPI had took stops both sides, and you can see that we bounced right at the spike of yesterday. That to me means that buyers are still in control. If we start trading inside the spike, it's a little more bearish, and if we start getting inside the range from where we broke out of, so basically below the 5800 level, right, then there's a chance that we go back to the 20-day point of control, which as I always say, once you get back into the range when you broke above it, then the first place to look at is to see if we can come back to the point of control, which is now at 28. I'm sorry, that's 5780. Sorry. This area could be a little more choppy, and we could find some support ahead of that, but that's what should happen, is that because we fail to hold these prices up here, then we should see that and then revisit the other side of the range at the lows and attempt to retest that side of the range. But for now, it looks like the spike is holding, the distribution is holding, prices are still being accepted there. And for now, I'm looking for a move back into the point of control from yesterday, and for this up move to possibly continue. We have one more report tomorrow, which is the PPI report, which maybe we're gonna be waiting for that in order to see if this move is actually being accepted and new highs are being accepted. So I'm thinking that today might be a day where we might not go anywhere and accept prices up here. So I'm more than price, I want to see how value develops, right? Does value develop overlapping with value from yesterday? Does it develop lower? Do we move above value? So those are the things that I'm going to be looking to get an idea of what this market wants to do. But now we're officially one-time framing higher on the daily, on the weekly, and on the monthly again. Because we broke these highs. I mean, technically we need to wait how to see how the month finishes, but so far, to take September low, it's way down here, 54,500. So I'm gonna say that we're one-time framing higher until I see that we break those. To break the one-time framing higher for the weekly, we need to break 57.24. So okay, so that's about it for ES. Then NQ, similar situation. NQ couldn't take the previous week's high. If you see that we had the spike here, and now we're trading in it. And I mean, the scenario is similar because we're looking at this spike right here, but we still haven't broken the previous week's high, and there's this low volume node area, I should say, right? This is a whole area that if we're able to break these highs, you know, there's a gap, RTH gap here at 701, 20,701. So I'm gonna be looking for a run on NQ eventually into this higher distribution. But so far NQ has been weaker this whole time, so still not there. But keep that in mind, keep that level in mind, that 20,701. If we start trading back inside this day's range, so what's today? Thursday, so Tuesday's range, then I'm going to be looking for a move down into the 20-day point of control down here at 20,150. Okay, crude. So yesterday I mentioned in the morning that that I liked that we were breaking this 50 moving average. Hold on a second. Sip of coffee. 50 moving average, and then I said if we stay below this, look for 71. We didn't quite get there. We got to 71.60. A couple of people on the chat took that trade, took some profits ahead of that. I personally didn't get this 71 area, then got caught up in the storm prep, and the trade went back against me and I got stopped out. But I didn't lose too much because I had my stop pretty close to this area. So it was a small loss. I'm okay with that. And then I said if we get back above this, then look for the 73, this area, right? And you know, we went back to that, and now we travel all through this distribution. I was pointing out this low volume node here, but also if you look at the 90-day profile, we have a high volume area in this whole zone. So that's really the stronger resistance here is up here at the 76.40 area. So to me, crude looks a little that is looking for acceptance. Last time that we went through this range, the same thing happened. Look at how, you know, volatile it was in this area. So I'm thinking that we're gonna have the same kind of back and forth in this area, because look at this range. Like in this area, it seems like we cannot find agreement. So until this is not like a more clear, you know, it goes from one time framing up, from one time framing down, so we don't really get to balance here. So just keep that in mind. So crude could be volatile in this area until we find a spot where most traders agree. So far, we have the 20-day point of control down here. We have the 90-day point of control here. So, you know, we could be shifting back and forth, and until we get a little more agreement. Gold. It's holding this area now. We're putting more volume on the lower side, so this support here this is the low volume area that needs to hold. That if it doesn't, then we're probably gonna revisit the 2600 level. And above this, look at the 20-day moving average. If we get above it, then I will be looking for a move back to this 2685 area. Other than some bond auctions and some Fed speaking. Today we have the U.S. federal budget balance at 2 p.m. And tomorrow we start seeing some big earnings with J.P. Morgan, Wells Fargo reporting. And then we have PPI and University of Michigan. And that's about it for the week. So, and then next week we have OPEX. And that's it. Good luck.